For privacy reasons, our videos are presented without the faces of those involved in the Ezekiel project. We use Laura, our AI correspondent, for this purpose. The scripts for the videos, as well as the results, are manually prepared by members of the Ezekiel project. Thank you for your understanding.
Hello and welcome to our episode today. This time, we're exploring the question of whether the precisely crafted joints, so tight that not even a hair can fit between them, were created by aliens or by human hands. And above all, we want to understand how this masonry, which we find in Egypt and South America, was actually made. To get to the bottom of this question, we sent our best remote viewer into the field. He was tasked with solving the mystery in one of his now legendary sessions. Let's now hear from him directly what happened during the session and what insights we can draw from it. We'll meet again afterward for an analysis. The illustration shows drawings created by the remote viewer himself. These drawings are commonly made so that what is experienced is not forgotten. For better visualization, they have been colorized. See you after the session.
I accelerate and the barrier shatters. There is no sound in the moment of transition, no ripple of time, only the shift, the soft click of reality resetting. I awaken not with a jolt, but with a strange serenity, as if I have always belonged to this place. A village surrounds me, but I cannot name the time. The presence, as always, offers no coordinates, no calendar date. I find myself lodged in a consciousness foreign, yet familiar. This time is not measured by numbered years or ticking clocks, but by rhythm, by season, by task. The village breathes with peace. The air is clear, brushed with the scent of earth and faint wood smoke. Around me, life unfolds in patterns that belong to a different age. Hens, primitive in form, cluck softly and scratch the ground. Knobby roots and tubers dry on woven mats, braided reeds cradling the harvest of soil. Their arrangement is careful, deliberate. Nothing is wasted, nothing is hurried. I follow a worn path into a shallow valley where the land curves like a cradle. Women and children work quietly, gathering fruit that has fallen to the earth. They stoop, their movements fluid, graceful in repetition. The fabric of their skirts is folded forward, forming makeshift pouches against their bodies. They call the fruit man's pouches, a gentle euphemism referring to the shape of the avocado, both in its external texture and the pit cradled within. Fertility bound in form. The avocados are small, far smaller than those I know from my own time. They harvest only the ones that nature offers willingly, those that have ripened and released themselves to the ground. Each fruit is a gift, not a prize. From the valley, they return to the village, arms full, garments bulging. They gather the harvest at a central place, a stone platform, high enough that I can see the terraces carved into the hillsides beyond. Men and women have shaped the slopes with stacked stone walls, arresting the flow of soil against the pull of gravity. They grow vegetables and tubers in tidy rows along the ledges. Their cultivation is not a conquest of the land, but a negotiation. The fruit is processed with solemn care. A sharpened stone rests on the ground, heavy and pointed. With a practiced blow, the women strike each avocado, splitting its skin. They peel away the rind, setting the pits aside and collecting the buttery flesh. A large stone, gently hollowed into a basin about 1/2 meter wide, serves as their bowl. There, the flesh is mashed into a soft green paste. Without warning, the world around me changes. Now I stand in a quarry. The scent here is sharp, smoke, clay, and heat. Before me, flames claw at a clay-rich hillside. Men feed the fire constantly, dragging branch after branch, log after log. The wood crackles, pops, breaks with a sound like bones snapping. The fire stretches upward, licking 5, 6, 7 meters into the night. The hillside glows in patches, orange against black. I sit, for I am not summoned elsewhere. The presence is still. I remain. I watch. Hours pass. The men do not stop. The fire becomes a presence of its own, wild and purposeful. By dawn, it is reduced to a bed of ash, smoldering but no longer hungry. They wait. They do not approach until the heat has bled away from the earth. Once it cools, the men work again. With stones and chisels, they strike the hillside where the fire once burned. They dig into a horizontal seam within the rock face, 20 to 40 centimeters thick. The stone here is pale, friable. They remove it in chunks, some the size of a fist, others as large as a man's head. These pieces are taken back to the village. There, add another great hollowed stone. They crush the blocks with rounder stones. The resulting powder is fine, nearly white. It is not stone as I know it. It is something else, mineral transformed. They call it stone that changes. It is gypsum or something like it, a binder of forms, a material of memory. And now, at last, I stand where I came to stand, before a wall. The structure is massive, yet still incomplete. The lower courses have been laid, 2 rows of immense blocks, each roughly hewn but squared enough to interlock. Near the wall, other men shape more stones. Each block is immense, perhaps 1.5 meters along each edge. They are working them down, smoothing one face, leaving small rounded protrusions like fists on the untouched sides. One of the builders lifts a gourd of the avocado paste, now cool and slick. He smears it across the top of a set stone and along the inside edge of the stone to be placed next. The paste glistens faintly. It is not adhesive. It is a release agent. They bring forth a form, a mold created from the gypsum. This mold was cast from the gap between 2 stones, filled in, layered with fine sticks, and shaped until it was 10 to 20 centimeters thick. Once dry, it was lifted away with care, thanks to the oily barrier of the avocado paste. 2 men carry the hardened shape to a waiting stone. The raw block has also been treated with paste. They press the mold onto it, aligning the fist-sized protrusions like keys into locks. Now the stonemason begins his work. Using a bronze chisel, he carves, slowly, methodically, first through the gypsum layer, tracing the form left by the mold, then deeper into the stone itself. Each blow is measured, controlled. He must not crack the mold. It guides him as he sculpts the future shape of the stone. Day by day, the shape emerges. When the carving is done, he smooths the surface. Using water, sand, and quartz stones, he polishes the block until it fits the mold's memory. Behind the wall, they raise earth, forming a ramp that allows the stone to be shaped at the correct height. When it is ready, they rotate it into place and slide it into the wall. It settles, not just into space, but into design. The fisted protrusions lock into depressions in the stones beside them. The form is strong, resistant to tremors, rooted in the memory of touch and tool. And now I feel the pull. The presence begins to release me. I drift backward, through fire, through stone, through the rhythm of fruit and hands and smoke. I return to the present, but something of that place remains.
Let us now move on to the analysis of the session. Point 1. The mysterious bulges on the stones. They served as key points for the leveling layer, which later bonded with the impression. In this way, the form could be repeatedly removed and reapplied, always aligning to the exact same position because the key points in the form only fit together in one specific way. Point 2. The avocado. To the people, the avocado was a food believed to positively influence male fertility. According to the native population, the surface of the skin and the contents of the fruit resembled the male testicles, and thus they named the fruit accordingly. The oil from the fruit was used as a release agent between plaster and stone. Point 3. The precision of the joints. Experienced stonemasons shaped a stone so precisely with chisels based on the impression template that a millimeter-accurate copy could be produced. Certainly, these were individuals of exceptional talent who likely enjoyed high regard due to their abilities. Point 4. No aliens. Many claim that these joints could only have been cut with lasers or that the stones were even melted. Others speak of polymers. According to Ezekiel, none of these theories are correct. Conclusion. The precise joints and the extraordinary craftsmanship are the result of talented stonemasons. The only question that the session could not resolve is why similar joints appear both in Egypt and in South America. It seems Ezekiel will have to travel back into the past once more on our behalf. Until then, I hope you've gained new insights and remain with warm regards. your AI correspondent Laura from the Ezekiel Project. May peace be with you.